What's up guys, Eric from VSonic. We are back here at APEXi USA and we are going to be working on this very beautiful looking 2023 Nissan Z. This is the facelift model that they brought back a few years ago, and everything about this car looks amazing. It's carbon fiber hood and it has a lot of APEXi parts with some raised T37. And what is this car missing? Missing our Encore Power Plug-and-Play Amplifier. Very easy to install. It's all plug and play, and there's a really good spot where we can mount our amplifier. We did a very similar video a few months ago with the HKS's Z, and with that video we did a quick rundown on how to install it, but we didn't actually show you step by step how to do so. So in this video it'll be more thorough. I'm going to show you the exact panels that needs to be removed, how to remove it, how to get behind the radio, how to plug all the connectors and mount the amplifier. So let's stop talking. Let's go inside the car and get our Encore Alpha installed. All right guys, before we get started, the model that we're going to be installing to this vehicle is a little different than the other Z. This one is the ENA 3N1. The other one was a 2N1. The difference is that this newer amplifier has 5 more watts per channel and it also has subwoofer out. So if you ever want to add a power subwoofer to this vehicle, very easy to do so. All you have to do is go to the amp, locate the 2 sub out RCA and connect that to your new power sub, and that's it. Make it very easy. All you have to do other than that is just connect the remote wire to our harness and then the battery to the car battery, and that's all you need to do to add an additional power sub in addition to this. And another thing about this vehicle, this car is already equipped with the Bose sound system, and you might think it sounds decent, but this will really bring the car's sound system to life and it makes a huge difference. So let me continue on with the install, and let's start off by removing the glove box. All right, so go first drop the glove box and then you'll notice that there's Phillips screws. So let's remove all those Phillips screws. There's a lot of them. Just make sure you remove all of them. All right, there we go. Okay, and once this is removed, let's just leave this hanging here. If you like, you can disconnect these connectors and put it aside, but for now we'll just leave it right here. All right, next step, let's work on the center area. So let's start removing these panels here, and let's remove this little piece here. Okay, just use a panel removal tool and place it here and just go ahead and pull it up. It's all only being held by clips. Okay, and you can pull this up from here as well. Okay, and leave it off to the side, and let's remove these 2 Phillips screws. Okay, and then after you remove this Phillips screw, you could go ahead and pull this out. If you have the automatic version, the center part is much easier to remove. It just pops, everything will pop out. It's a manual. I wasn't able to figure out how to remove the shift knob, so I'm just gonna let this hang over here. Shouldn't make a difference. Could just maneuver around it. Okay, and now let me remove this side. Okay, let's pull it out. Okay, here we go. Put this aside. Okay, and let's remove this piece here. Let's go ahead and pull on it. Okay, and it looks like this thing is being held by another Phillips screw here. So let's also remove this Phillips screw on the passenger side. Okay. All right. This removed, together with this bottom plate. Okay, here we go. Okay, next, let's go ahead and remove the under panel piece over here on the driver's side. All right, and let's remove this Phillips screw here on the bottom, right under the trunk latch. Okay, and let's remove this vent here. All right, so went ahead and pulled all this out. We just stuck our finger inside the vent and pulled it down. And then let's continue on to the side. Okay, there it is. All right, and just drop it. That's all we need to do. And going forward, now let's remove this panel piece here. Okay, and there's a Phillips screw that's holding this all the way towards the front. Up here, it's gonna be difficult for the camera to catch, but around there. All right, let me unplug these connectors just to make a little bit more room. And when you're disconnecting connectors, just make sure you always push down on the release and then pull on the connector. Try to prevent pulling on the actual harness. All right, there it is. So this was a little bit difficult to remove because the clip here, you have to push it forward towards the front of the car and then to get it removed. All right, so once that's out, let's remove this centerpiece here. Okay, there it is. All right, so just wiggle it out and get it out. That's how it looks. Let's disconnect this connector. All right, let's place this aside. Okay, and before I remove this, let's also remove this piece here. Let's not forget to remove this screw. All right, and let's go ahead and pull this out like how we did with the other side. All right, and pull this forward. There we go. All right. Okay, and let's remove this. Just work your way from the end towards the center. All right, there we go. All right, sweet. And we got these out, and here are the brackets to remove the screen. But before we remove the screen, we do have to remove this vent area all the way to the side because this screen is tucked behind it. Okay, and then let's lower the steering wheel and just pull it towards you so you have more room to work with. And we're going to remove this piece here. So it's a little bit hard to get to, but same thing on the other side. You can use a little panel removal tool. Place it here and just pry it up. Just being held by little clips. Okay. All right, guys. So next step, remove this piece. Could be a bit tricky. So remove this before you do any of the bottom piece. So all the clips on the bottom is lined up. I grabbed it, I pulled it up, and I pulled it from this side right here. And I pulled it and it just popped off. All right, so once we remove this, we pull this clip over here off. We also pull this off right here. Okay, and then remove these from these open guides. And then just work your way to the right slowly. Just removing the clips. You can use a panel removal tool like this. Okay. All right, got it off finally. And let's disconnect this like so. And let's put this aside a safe location. Okay, let's disconnect this connector. Okay. All right. Okay, next let's remove these two Phillips screws and also those two 10mm bolts. Okay, and one more on the driver's side. Okay, and let's pull this out like so. And then the connector that we are going to focus on is going to be over here to the left side. Okay, I'm going to just let it sit right here for now. All right, next, let's get a hold of our amp. Let's open the package. So just a reminder, this is the ENA 3 series, ENA 3N1. Difference is, compared to the 2 series, it has 5 more watts and it has a subwoofer out. And inside here, you'll notice that here is the amplifier. Here's the plug-and-play harness, and we also have some mounting tapes and Velcro. Okay, within the mounting tapes, we will only use the Velcro tape for this vehicle. Alright, so on this harness here, you'll find these 2 larger white connector. This is where it connects to the radio. So if you go to the radio here, locate the connector on the left side here. So I'm gonna disconnect some connectors here just so it's easier to access. So we'll disconnect this one, and let's disconnect this large one here. Okay, and then we're gonna disconnect this, and this is the correct connector for it. All right, there it is. And grab our harness. It's going to connect plug and play. Make sure you plugs in all the way in. All right. Okay, and let's plug in the other factory connectors back in as well to its original location that we unplugged. And then also the blue plug here. All right, there it is. And we are left with this ground cable. So we're gonna ground it to the side of the radio. We could do it on either side. I'm just gonna do it on this side here. So grab a T20 Torx and let's go ahead and loosen one of these. And we're going to ground it onto it. All right, so all this harness is connected behind the radio. So let's grab the other side. We're going to route it behind the radio and we're going to move it towards the passenger side. Okay, I feel a little opening here behind all the panels. Okay, there it is, all the way to here. And all we have to do now is plug the amplifier to this, mount it, and reverse order everything we just did, and we will be done. So let's go ahead and put our panel back.
There you go.
All right guys, so we got all our interior back in place. Next thing all we have to do is plug this in. All right, and if you ever wanna add a power subwoofer, here's a remote wire for it to turn on your new power sub or your new amp, additional amp. Here it is. And let's add the Velcro tape on the bottom of this. Okay, I'm gonna place the tape on either corner of the amp. All right, so that's that, and we're basically gonna place it up here. But before we do that, let's test the sound and try to get the optimal sound level.
paper long. It's a Friday night.
All right, go ahead and make your adjustments as you like. So go ahead and test out your EQ setting, test out the gain, front and rear controls independently. After you're done with it, now we're ready to mount it. Very easy. Just tuck in the extra wires towards the center of the car. And there's plenty of room down here. And then just mount it right here. There's a lot of flat surface. It's pretty big. Okay, just gonna just get all the wires in, and they shouldn't come out. Stay put. If you like, you could tuck some of the cabling under the carpet as well. All right, that's it, guys. This car, a little bit more involved removing the radio more than the other cars at Toyotas that we usually do, but you know, everything is all panels and a lot of clips. Just be very careful. Just make sure you take your time with everything, and yeah, anyone could do it at home. All right, guys, well, that does it, guys. We installed our Encore Alpha 3 Series on this Z. As you can see, anyone could do it. It's pretty easy, and it really will transform the way your car sounds. Yes, the factory sound system with both sounds pretty decent, but with our amplifier, trust me, it will make it sound much better. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't yet, help our channel by giving us that like, and also hit that subscribe button for more cool videos in the future. And if you're interested in purchasing this, it is available at bsonicusa.com. We can ship it to you right away. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.